You're here, I'm here, good music's here to be played and to be talked about. If I've earned your subscription by the end of this video, I'll be ever so grateful. I'm Alan, this is Alan Reacts. See you on that side of the tape. So, welcome, you made it to the other side of that intro. Is it painful? I don't know. Look, what we're going to do today is, as always, this is a song that's come from John. He recommended it. And we've had a great conversation. And, you know, he said, you got to go listen to Orgasmatron from that 1986 self-titled album, Orgasmatron. Not heard it before. I've been leaning into a bit of Motörhead because people are so generous and kind with their comments and, you know, come back and say, go listen to that one off this album and listen to that song. And I think it's about this, which I love. And I do try to engage with everybody. So, yeah, hope you guys stick with me. As always, I'll react when I need to, or I think it's appointed in the song. It'll play as long as it plays. I don't mean to disturb. I don't want to make the unforgivable sin of interrupting the solo. So I always try and pick those up. But yeah, here we go. Motörhead, Orgasmatron. Okay, that was a heavy metal intro. The other songs I've done have been really contentious songs, but not had that any sense of a heavy metal riff to it. Jesus, that's nice and grindy and, you know, it's got that edge to it and a punch. I like that. Let's pull it just back a little bit so I can get the song. It's with lyrics, so that helps me out, and I hope it helps you out.
I am the one, Orgasmatron, the outstretched, grasping hand. My image is of agony, my servants rape the land. Obsequious and
I'll say, so is Orgasmatron an analogy for that which is going to bring in a lot of different things? Maybe he's saying orgasm, it's cool because he is introducing something, but now I need to, so he's got obsequious and arrogant, which is those who have power tend to be when they talk to us, the minions and the masses. Not all, but far too many. Is that song going to be about this? And I love the way LEMMY writes, because the other songs I've listened to have been like Don't Kiss Me Daddy, you know, just brutally honest and intellectual and nuanced. Let's see what he does for me now.
clandestine and vain. 2,000 years of misery, of torture in my name. Hypocrisy made paramount, paranoia the law. My name is called religion, sadistic, sacred war.
Okay, so he's introduced religion. Now, remember, great bands and songwriters, they write and they'll tell you what they're thinking to a degree. And I suspect with LEMMY on this, he's speaking from his own personal perspective. And that's okay, because it engenders a discussion. It makes you think. And if you're somebody who holds faith, it reaffirms it, because you listen to it and you go, I don't like that song. I like the band. I don't like that song. This is why I disagree with it. And that's, you know, so I'm not playing this to insult anybody who has faith in 2,000 years as a small time scale in humanity. We know it goes back before that. So he's setting out the scene. Orgasmatron, he's introduced religion and its effect. I think when it's in the negative, I think that's where he's coming from. Let's find out.
I twist the truth, I rule the world. My crown is called deceit. I am the emperor of lies. You grovel at my feet. I rob you and I slaughter you. Your downfall is my gain. And still you play the psychopath and revel in your pain. And all my promises are lies. All my love is...
That's the paradox, isn't it? I love you and I cause you all your pain. The emperor, the religion, and us being sycophants to that. That sort of, once we find our identity, our group, whatever that is in politics, and this is namely looking at politics and religion, and we have slaughtered the millions. Millions have died in the name of religion, but not in the name of in our own sycophantic approach to what we believe is best. We're happy to, as he's saying, do all those things in the name of that religion. And also those that control that religion allow us to do. And we're sycophants. We fall into that pattern. Is that what he's saying? Because I think he's got a point. Historically, if you look at it, I'm not talking about faith in the individual's beliefs and actions. I'm talking about what those in power will do when they have us in that hold. I'm human.
I am the politician, and I decide your fate.
So there's the trifecta: religion, your emperors, and then your politicians. Okay, let's see what else he comes in with. God, isn't Lemmy just doesn't he write great songs? And isn't that beat, that metal, and that singing, isn't it just driving you forward? It feels like it's marching towards its conclusion. I can hear that's what it makes me feel like, that I need to move along with it. It's so good. That bridge, that was great because he's opened it with the intro, that really, I would call sort of heavy metal intro. And then he's given you the lyrics backed by that music. Then he's finished that section, and I think it's a new part of the story, but he just lets you swirl around in that in your head. It's not letting up on you. The lyrics have stopped, but the music's not letting up. It was dark, it was foreboding, it was wailing and screaming. To me, that's when I'm having my brains kicked in, challenged intellectually, I want to hear something nice with it as well, musically, and that's what I'm getting.
A martyred world, an army for the fight. I speak of great heroic days, of victory and might. I hold a banner drenched in blood. I urge you to be brave. I lead you to your destiny. I lead you to your grave. Your bones will build my palaces. Your eyes will stud my crown. For I am Mars, the god of war.
military leaders, but also military leaders, and again, that cross-reference to religious belief, i.e. Mars, the god of war. But it's the nihilism, isn't it? He did it with 1916. He's not talking about the individual. He's talking about what happens when as a dynamic that happens as a group, how it can be corrupted and how they will gain from it. Even though he's supposed to be the Mars of God of war, he'll build his palaces and stud his crown with your eyes, and he'll cut you down. All in the name of his name, a battle. He's not saying, I don't even think with 1916 that wars can be inevitable. But I think this is just singing about the corruption. And I mean the moral corruption, the physical cost of it all, the emotional cost of it all. Brutal. Brutal. Some songs like Rage Against the Machine are about raging against and telling you what is wrong. This song to me was a critique of what happens when you have blind obedience and no critical thinking and acting without looking around you first and knowing the full story, I guess. It's a critique of power and what it can do and what you can do, what happens to you when you just follow it blindly. But it's got great music as well. That's a great song. Loved it. Thanks, guys. If you liked it, give it a like. If you like what I'm doing, go check out the rest of the channel and join me. I hope so. If not, maybe I'll earn you a subscription on the next one. Until next time, guys. Take care. This is Alan Reacts. I'm Alan, your host. If I've earned your subscription by the end of this video, I'll be ever, ever, ever so grateful. But most of all, I want you to have a good time. I'm Alan. This is Alan Reacts. See you on that side of the table.